Alrighty, we're going to move into what is a large part of time series now. And we're going to move into what's called smoothing. So basically what we're doing is we're taking a graph, and if you look at the red one, that's our basic graph, and we're looking at it and saying it's pretty hard to identify if there's an increasing trend, or it's pretty hard to identify if there's a decreasing trend. And it's a bit hard to analyse because we've got all this data going over. It's almost like what we had for residuals in scatter plots. We're having sort of trouble identifying it, so we're going to need to find some sort of a pattern. So what we're going to smooth out the data so that it's clearer what's going on. So if you have a look at the yellow, that's after we've done a little bit of smoothing, and you can see kind of these big red peaks are being taken out, and we've now got down to a flatter kind of yellow line. We smooth it even further, that's the blue line. You can see we're really starting to flatten out that data, and we can kind of see, look, well, over a period of time it is slightly decreasing. We've got this slight decreasing trend over a long period of time, even though in the original, in the red, it didn't look like that. So that process is called smoothing, and we do that through different processes which are called moving means or moving medians. And we'll go over all of them now. So the first one we're going to look at in terms of our smoothing, and this is chapter 7b, by the way. This is our smoothing. The first thing that we're going to look at is the 3 moving mean. So the mean is what we're doing now, the moving mean, and there's going to be a 3 one and a 5 one. So let's start with the 3 moving mean. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take every 3 points sequentially and we're going to smooth them with each other. So the first lot of points is going to be 10, 12 and 6. So the first 3. So let me just do my little arrow for these 3. We're going to do these 3 now. So we're going to average them, we're going to take the mean of them. So let me just do that over here for us. The average of 10, 12 and 6, you remember how we find the mean, the average? Well, just in case you've forgotten, I'll put down here the smoothed dependent variable 2, that's this second dependent variable. Here's our independent, time always our independent, dependent is in this case number of births. We're going to add all 3 together and we're going to divide it by 3 because there's 3 pieces of data. So here we go, 10 plus 12 plus 6, that's my 3 pieces of data, divided by 3. So I might just call that A. So 10 plus 12 plus 6, 10 plus 12 is 22, plus another one is 28. So we've got 28 divided by 3. And let me just whip out my calculator. 28 divided by 3 is 9.333. 9.333. So first value, our first moved or smoothed mean is going to be 9.3333. But now, we've got to keep that process going. We've got to smooth all of our data. So here's the next 3, 12 and 6 and 5. And we're going to smooth them across to here. So we're just averaging these 3 now. We're taking the mean of these 3. So the mean of 12 plus 6 plus 5 is 3 pieces of data, so we're going to divide it by 3 to find the average. 12 and 6 is 18, plus 5 is 23, divided by 3, and again 23 divided by 3 is 7.666. I just did that in my head, so it's wrong. That's quite possible. So 7.666. And now we've got to smooth the next 3. Let me just get us another colour. So now let's smooth 6 and 5 and 22, and we'll smooth them across to here. 6 plus 5 plus 22, and 3 pieces of data, so to find the average or the mean we have to divide by 3. So 6 and 5 makes 11, plus 22 is 33. 33 over 3, I know you can do that, that's 11. So here are moved our 3 moving mean value of 6 and 5 and 22, which is these months, March, April, May. When we smooth all of these, there's our result, 11. So we're going to keep doing that for the whole process. I'm just going to quickly race through that, but if you're getting sick of me now, you might just want to skip ahead and then check that you've got it all right at the end. I'm going to now smooth 5 and 22 and 18. Plus 22 plus 18 divided by 3. 22 plus 18 is 40, plus another 5 is 45 divided by 3. And 45 divided by 3 must be 15. So my smooth 5 and 22 and 18 makes 15. And again, let's grab another colour. Let's smooth 22 and 18 and 13. 22 plus 18 plus 13 divided by 3 makes 40. 53 over 3, and just pop it in your calculator, why not? 65.66, no, that can't be right. That's ridiculous. 53 over 3 must be 17.66. 17.66. Let's smooth our next one. Let's smooth 18 and 13 and 7. Uh, 13 and 7 makes 20, plus 18 makes 38 over 3, and that makes 11, 12.66. 6. Should add a 6 there. 12.666. Right, going to keep that process going. Let's do, what have we done? 18, 13, 17. So now we have to do 13, 7, 9, which makes 13 plus 7 plus 9 over 3, which makes 29 over 3, which makes 9.666. Alright, let's do another one. 7 and 9 and 10. 7 plus 9, we're getting towards the end now. Makes 26 on 3, which must be 9 3s are 27, so it must be 8.666. Hope you're getting sick of it by now. Let's go again. Might grab another colour. Jeez, it's fun, isn't it? It's like a colouring in competition. 9 plus 10 plus 8. Divided by 3, that makes 19, 27 on 3, which makes 9. And let's keep going. 10 and 8 and 15. This is going to be our last one because this is we've reached our border now. J, 10 plus 8 plus 15 makes 25, 33 on 3, which makes 11. There we go, we've got 33 and 3 over here. So the reason I can't smooth this 8 and 15 is because there's nothing here and I have to smooth 3 things with each other. So you can already see my 2 end values have disappeared, and that you can imagine that could kind of shrink my data. If I was going to smooth more than 3, I was going to smooth 10 or something, all of a sudden all my end values are going to disappear. So we do get less data, but we have smoothed out that relationship. Let me quickly show you what that looks like. We've replotted all these points, and that was the, oh, pardon me, that was the 3 moving mean. So we started off with the red graph, and we replotted our points, and they were the yellow ones. So it's smoothed it out a bit, but you can see it's now shorter. It doesn't go all the way to the red, it starts here. So when we do our 5 moving mean, it's going to be even shorter. The disadvantage is we get less data. The advantage is we can see more of that relationship. So you can see we lost this this data here at the top and this data here at the top. We're going to do pretty much the exact same process for the 5 moving mean. If you're confident, you might just want to skip that video and go straight onto the work in the textbook.